Hi there, my name is Christian Ashbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. Today I am going to be taking a look at an album that had major influence on me in a multitude of ways. Even before I had the album, this album had major influence on me. When I was in high school, I played with a group of musicians. We were always picking up guitar mags, learning stuff. I picked up guitar mags to learn stuff because as a drummer, it was good to know stuff. And, I would usually pick up the ones with bass transcripts because I like to play bass as well. But it was good to know this stuff. And there was one particular guitar mag one of my buddies had picked up that had the transcripts to a Steve Vai song in it. None of us had ever heard this song before. The song was called Bad Horsey. If you read the transcripts to this song, you understand why he's called the Impossible Guitarist. Well, you never would have thought this song would sound the way it does. But then we're going to fast forward a few years down the road. Now, take in mind that the song Bad Horsey, which is off the album we're reviewing today, Alien Love Secrets, came out in 95. It's an EP. I did not hear the song Bad Horsey for the first time until 1997, I believe. Yeah, I think it was the summer of 97 was the very first time I heard the song. And when I heard it, I called up my one buddy. I said, "Have you ever actually heard this song before?" And he's like, "No, I've never heard it before." Now, for those of you that don't realize YouTube hasn't been around forever, don't realize you haven't always been able to download music, if it didn't get played on the radio, you generally didn't get exposure to it unless a buddy had the album. Well, none of my buddies had this album. Everybody was listening to Joe Satriani. So when I heard this, I went, wow, if I find this album, I've got to pick this album up because the song Bad Horsey was amazing. The amount of chug to this song, it would blow your mind. Like, you look at the guitar transcripts, you listen to the song, you would not think it was the same song. But that is why I own Steve Vai's Alien Love Secrets, is because of that song. It is insane. It is also the first song that kicks off this album. Now, the song Bad Horsey, you get why it's called what it is, because it really sounds like, someone trying to drag a horse through the wilderness or something that just does not want to go, does not want to do. It's an appropriate song title. I will say that Steve Vai, one thing he picked up from Zappa is naming your tracks to sound like what it sounds like, Bad Horsey to this day is still one of my favorite guitar songs. It is just such a killer tune. Just gets up and gets going. It's a great way to kick off an album. If you're going to kick off an album, that's the way to do it. But continuing with this, I picked this album up here. I just want to get into it. Now I've covered the first song immensely. I picked this album up in my first retail job. It wasn't my first job, but it was my first retail job. I was working in the home entertainment section of a major retailer in Canada that no longer exists. Thank you very much. I heard they're coming back. I hope not. But there was a definite bonus because whenever, I would be doing my job cleaning up the department, I'd be looking through CDs and often buying new CDs and taking them home with me. This is one of the ones I stumbled across, and I was happy to have stumbled across it. Because after, you hear Bad Horsey, it's like, wow, this album is going to be something else, right? So let's get into the album. From there, we go into track 2, which is called Juice. Juice is interesting. I don't know if it's supposed to be juices in, getting juices in electricity or juice as in, a glass of juice in the morning. It sounds like it could be either one, Sounds like it could be that surge up from electricity. Also sounds like it could be that morning pouring the glass of juice and drinking the juice and getting that burst of energy from drinking the juice. It works either way, but it's a good, fast, upbeat song. Really keeps you up there and going, which is really great. So you got, high energy, and then you get to the third track. Steve Vai finally brings it down a notch into Die to Live. I gotta read the tracks off here because they're all guitar songs. Only certain ones really stick in the head for titles. I do apologize. Die to Live is a great mellower tune, takes it down. It's chill, relaxed, It sits nicely in the album. From there we go into The Boy from Seattle. This is a homage to Jimi Hendrix. Um, I wouldn't have guessed that by listening to the track so much, only because when you listen to the track, it sounds more, to me, it always sounds more like of a guy just kind of tripping around the town or whatnot, so tripping around Seattle, why not? Admittedly, I like Hendrix. I listen to Hendrix. I have not, pardon the pun, experienced Hendrix per se, okay? Which is why it will definitely be a while before you hear a Hendrix review on here because I don't like to do greatest hits reviews. But anyways, The Boy from Seattle is a great tune. Enjoy it immensely. Keeps the album going really nicely. From there, I love, okay, so being instrumental guitarist, not going to get much radio play. Unfortunately, that is just the situation. That's why it took 2 years before I heard Bad Horsey on the radio, from the time it was released to the time I heard it. 2 years. Now, the one song I did hear in that time period, which everybody kind of went, really? What the hell? Because it was the only song of Steve Vai that was getting played, is a song called Yayo Gak. Yayo Gak is both super cute and super annoying at the same time. It is super cute because it is a call and response between Steve Vai and, at the time, his toddler, infant/toddler son. I don't remember the exact age in there, Julian. Julian's basically going, Yayo Gak, and Steve Vai is responding with his guitar, basically making similar noises. And his kid would keep saying it in different pitches or different tones, and Steve would respond in different ways. And it was built in this call and response song, and it's really cute. And it's a really great way for Steve to put his son on an album. And son sings on an album, right? Everybody made a big deal out of Beyonce and Jay-Z's son doing it. Well, you know what? Steve Vai did it long before that, folks. Yeah, whatever. Or daughter. Steve Vai's son. The other two, I don't know if they had a son or daughter. Sorry, I don't pay attention enough to that. But Yayo Gak, cute song. But when it was the only song they were playing, and it kind of for a while got in a regular rotation, it got a little bit annoying because all you were hearing is this kid going, Yayo Gak, Yayo Gak. Great song. You gotta listen to it. It was so much fun. So cute. I have a different perspective now as a parent. After that, we go into Kill the Guy with the Ball / The God Eater. It's a really good tune. This is why Vai often gets associated into the metal category. This is a total metal ass track. Just gets in there hard, heavy, rips it up, tears into it. Just vicious. Love it. Another great, solid, fills the album out kind of track. Then we finish off the album with the softest song on the album. Now, if you've watched my reviews before, you know how important the last song on the album is to me. The last song on this album is actually considered the most popular song off of this album, which is called Tender Surrender. It is this beautiful, sexy, slinky, making love kind of song. It really is. It is every romantic sex scene you've seen in an 80s or 90s movie wrapped up into one, but better, slinkier, sexier. Like silk doesn't get more silkier than this. Satin doesn't get more satiny than this. Candlelit lovemaking does not get more romantic sounding than this. It's just all sexy and hot, and if you're sexy is pouring a little candle wax on, and there's a little candle wax pouring in this song. There is. Anyways, I love this album. It is a fantastic album. I still listen to it regularly. Every summer. It's for me. This is kind of. I know you're getting this review in the winter. For me, this is kind of a summerish album. I love putting it on in spring or summer. Usually goes in my CD player. I want to say May, June-ish time. you know, or on my MP3 rotation and around that time period, especially if I'm out when I'm getting into the habit of going out riding my bike again and stuff like that. Just put this on. It's like soundtrack to your life, man. Just enjoy and love and get out there and Steve Vai, Alien Love Secrets. You need to have this album. If you're into guitar, you could not consider yourself a serious guitarist unless you started studying Steve Vai. So you gotta have this album. You gotta study this album. This album is something amazing. And after you've done this, if you love this, you have to go find Frank Zappa. If you've already found Frank Zappa, you should know Steve Vai. And if you don't have Steve Vai and you have Frank Zappa, you need to go there and get Steve Vai. Long as you are into the instrumental stuff, because there is no singing on this album, except for Yayo Gek. Just remember that. Anyways, folks, this is a great album. Pick it up. Until next time, I love you all. Peace and take care.